Hi, everybody. This is Ivy Glass, and welcome to our masterclass on microdosing. Let's bring my microphone in here so you guys can hear me well. So I'm thrilled to welcome you to this exclusive masterclass. And this is going to be an introduction about what is microdosing and how you can use it in your everyday life, and an introduction to the course that I have created. So, Soulful Doses, it's microdosing for women's creativity and well-being. Today, we're going to explore the transformative power of combining microdosing with practices like yoga, breathwork, meditation to help you unlock your creative potential and enhance your well-being. So, a little bit about me. I'm a I call it Kundalini fusion teacher because I mix different styles of yoga together, visionary coach, wellness event producer, and founder of Soulful Doses. I have over 300 hours of yoga certifications, background in the fine arts. I'm a certified life coach, and I dedicated my life to empowering women through creative and spiritual practices. My own journey began with microdosing. I was beginning to seek a deeper connection to my creativity and well-being. So I've been microdosing for about almost 2 years now. And I discovered that microdosing psilocybin combined with my yoga meditation practices profoundly enhanced my clarity, inspiration, and emotional balance. This experience led me to create the Soulful Doses course, where I share these transformational practices with other women. And we just completed our first beta round group. So basically, I've been coaching one-to-one clients over the past 3 years, and my experience with microdosing had been so profound. I decided, let me go ahead and create a course about this in a group coaching setting where I can bring together other women in community, and we can learn and grow together and learning to use psilocybin. So basically, the reason why I wanted to introduce psilocybin into what I'm doing with coaching and yoga is because I feel like it's a really beautiful key to unlock some of our subconscious beliefs, thought patterns, and I found it to be an extremely healing medicine with myself. I can confidently say I'm healing myself from my ADHD by using psilocybin in combination with lion's mane. It's helped me balance my hormones. It's helped me become a better mother. And every time you do working with psilocybin, you basically can set your intention, and I consider it a intention amplifier. So with this intention amplifier, so we know that our mind, our intentions start with our mind, but energetically, the way that psilocybin works in the body, it's very much connected to the world around us and the mycelium that grows underneath all the mushrooms. So I have found my rate of manifestation, the more that I continue on the path of using psilocybin, has really opened up doors for me as I increase my vibration, which I do through yoga. But adding in the psilocybin has really quickened the process of my own healing and allowing me to step further and more confidently taking the steps on my journey with confidence. So let's just start with a little guided meditation. That's generally how I start all of my calls. I had another outline here, but I want to really give you both a taste of what, and everyone who's watching this replay, a taste of what it's like to start the group. So basically, well, I'll go into that after. We'll just do a little guided meditation. So just find yourself in a comfortable position. And if you're walking, it could be a walking meditation. And just gently rub your palms together and begin to breathe in and out of the nose. And gently place your right hand on your heart and your left hand over, and take a deep inhale into your heart space. And pause here for 5 counts. And exhale, release any tension, drop the shoulders. 2 more times. Deep inhale into the heart space. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep holding and lifting. Exhale, release, maybe with a sigh. Third time, deep inhale. Fill your body like a balloon holding air and light. Bring the energy from the navel up to the heart and exhale. You can drop your hands to your thighs and we'll just do a gentle grounding meditation. So just noticing the points of your body that are in contact with the earth or the chair. Maybe your feet are on the earth or your bum is on the chair. Feeling that sense of contact, grounding you into this present moment. And even if you're watching the recording, bringing a sense of a circle of women gathering around to heal and to learn and to grow. And in this container, we bring forth the root chakra, slowing down our moment into safety and protection and presence. And just tracking that up to the space below the navel and around the hips and lower back, your sacral chakra, very creative, sexual energy. So just opening up the chakras. This is orange. And moving up to your third chakra, solar plexus, yellow. This is the energizer chakra. So allowing yourself to come into alignment. Just noticing how the abdomen feels. We're not really judging. I just want you to observe the chakras. Inhale, bring your awareness up further to the heart center, emanating green from the front of the heart to the back of the heart. Green for currency, green for courage. And then moving up through the throat chakra and just becoming aware of how much you may be expressing yourself. It might be that you're not at all speaking your truth, or maybe you're over talking your truth. So where are you expressing yourself in your life and how does that feel? Is it in balance? And just tracking up with the mind's eye in the body to the third eye, the space between the eyes, where the bridge of the nose meets the forehead, the seat of our intuition, right? That knowing and that seeing, not the seeing that we see with the two eyes, but this like knowing, your vision, your visions, your imagination, bringing things into existence that are not yet in tangible form. So building a strong relationship with this as we build up from safety and going through each chakra, which is what we do in the program. And then moving up to your crown. So just opening up the top of the head. You can even imagine energy 6 to 7 inches above the crown of the head. So as we're rooted below, we're open to the top, to the cosmos and the universe, and bringing in information and connecting to our higher self. So just take a few slow, deep breaths in with this awareness. Imagine the breath going up through the chakras with each inhale and each exhale. As we work with the energetic body. And I'd like you to just also think about an intention on why you showed up for today's class today. What is calling you to learn more about microdosing? And how do you think it will benefit your life? Just stay here for 10 more seconds or so. And then when you're ready, you can slowly blink your eyes open. So working with these techniques really allows us to kind of create our own portal, really, in this moment and in the recording, and begins to get us out of the mind and really into the body. So Let's see. So the most important thing. Okay, so let's go into understanding microdosing. Um, and if you guys have any questions, you can always just put them in the chat box. So microdosing involves taking a small dose of psilocybin, and it does have profound effects. Typically, it's 1/10 of a dose, a recreational dose. So for some people, that's 100 milligrams. But in this particular program, and what I guide people to do is to go low and go slow. So, for example, for me, 50 milligrams is my dose. So, especially for busy people, especially for mothers who are curious about microdosing, you know, you're curious, but you don't want to be, seeing trails while trying to pick up your children from school, right? So, the importance of calibrating your dose is how can I go about my daily business and my daily life and my daily existence while using psilocybin to enhance, right? And to help me rather than, being in a recreational dose or a ceremonial dose. Um, so the doses are typically, they're subperceptual. So it means that they don't produce a full psychedelic experience. So rather, it enhances your mood, creativity, and overall well being. With that said, though, I will say, I think one of the profound things that I've also experienced with microdosing is really this concept of healing to feeling that I am able to, and I've witnessed this in my last group, able to feel and difficult feelings and to process them in a way without like dismissing it. Um, psilocybin is a heart opener. So I have found my heart is open and I'm grounded in it. Versus there are different psychedelics have different feelings. And I feel held by the medicine. It's very loving and it's very gentle compared to a lot of other psychedelic medicines out there, which is why I really love working with it. So going back to dose calibration. So the right dose can help you tap into your creative flow, improve your mental clarity, and promote emotional balance. I 100% can say that. Emotional balance, this happened in my last group. Actually, it was me because I'm very transparent in the container. I had a good cry, one day, and I honestly don't know if I wasn't microdosing, would I have allowed this cry and emotion to come up. So that really to me is like the heal it to feel it and the relief I felt by allowing myself to cry. So just giving you an example. So, but basically what we want to do in calibrate dose is finding what works best for your unique body and mind. So I'll give an example of what happened in my last group. Somebody was taking like a diet pill, right? So for example, like psilocybin is it can be a bit of a wouldn't say it's like caffeine, but it can be a stimulant. So sometimes we could be sensitive. So for example, like if you're drinking coffee and you're sensitive to coffee, you want to be aware of that. So somebody was taking a diet pill and it increased their experience in a way that it can bring on anxiety. So really understanding how to calibrate your dose and the substances you take in and around it can affect it, right? So I really bring that into the training because I want to keep you safe. And I have breathing techniques I teach. So, for example, she was at the gym and I have a breathing technique that I teach. I can just show you guys real quick to access your parasympathetic nervous system. And so basically, you just plug your right nose and you breathe in and out of your left. So sometimes it can also bring up things that are like you're still working through. So that's why we have these integration techniques. So I would say in about the first one, well, like between week 2 and 3, everyone's really able to calibrate and know like what their dose is. And it's important because it's not like I'm going to go party during the day or I want to like have a full on, you know, um, breakthrough. Well, you can have a breakthrough, but you can function. So, and I will say for me, my experience, I know that like I generally like to have a little food in my stomach or drink it with a latte. If I take it on an empty stomach, I can feel the effects quicker. But that can also make me a little jittery because it's just too much. I like it with my food. And I will say at times I've also noticed when I don't eat and I find that I'm hungry, it's like I want to nourish my body in the most amazing way. I want to go eat. It's not like weed munchies. It's just like I'm hungry and I want to satisfy my body, because I know a lot of women sometimes, we might not be eating well. So it really gets you connected to the body, which I love. It really makes, doing self-improvement really, really easy. So a little bit about the effects on the brain. So psilocybin works by interacting with the serotonin receptors in the brain, particularly the 5-HT2A receptor. It's getting a little sciencey here, which I love. This intersection can lead to increased neuroplasticity, and that's the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. I like to think of neuroplasticity as like, I'm just taking that word apart, where the brain becomes more flexible. The analogy that I use in my group is, if you think about, someone who's skiing in a circle skiing in a circle, and you have those grooves, right, from the skis, and these are your thoughts. And we keep having these repetitive thoughts, like we're addicted to these, like the brain is just, right, going in this circle. With the neuroplasticity, all of a sudden those grooves soften, and you can get off the circle and think a new thought, or see a new perspective, or accept a new perspective that you may not have been able to accept or see before. And that is the neuroplasticity, which is just amazing. So this can enhance cognitive flexibility, creativity, emotional regulation, flow state, right? The flow state thing it's profound, because once you get there, you want to stay, but sometimes it can be really challenging to get there. Microdosing also has been shown to reduce activity in the brain's default mode network. So that's associated with referential thoughts and mind wandering. It's a little bit what I was just talking about. So reducing the default mode network. So it's even like that ski circle, right? Like this is like, I'm default, like let's just say one of your limited beliefs is like, I'm not worthy. So for example, that could be your default mode network, like in your thoughts. And through that lens of I'm not worthy, you're coming from that place. But by taking psilocybin and doing yoga and breathwork and being in community, all of a sudden you begin to unpack that story, for example. It's different for everybody. So reducing the default mode network can help decrease anxiety and depression, allowing for a more present and mindful state of being. And because it works on the serotonin receptors, it actually does act as a natural antidepressant, which is amazing. And unlike, I don't know if anybody who's watching this recording, or you guys that are here live, have taken antidepressants, it can take 2 weeks to kick in. And so if you're in a depressed state, waiting for 2 weeks to feel better is like painful. And I've been in places where I've microdosed, and I've been in depressed spaces. And within an hour, I'm like, I feel this relief and this like dark cloud lifting, because my brain is beginning to move in a positive, forward-moving direction. So also about the group, and again, if you choose to do my program or anybody else's program, just in general, community is healing. So this is the most powerful aspect of microdosing, is doing it within a supportive community of women, right? So a lot of people are lonely, or you have your friends, but they might not be on the same self-development or spiritual path as you. Being in a container of like-minded women, especially, is so healing and so profound. I personally feel like this is how we're going to heal the planet. So together we can share our experiences, support each other's growth, and create a nurturing environment for transformation. And that really came through for a lot of people in my last group. I still think some people are still feeling, one of the women in my last group was still feeling isolated effects from the pandemic. And towards the end of our group, she was more outspoken. She's an artist. She was talking about her art and able to process her feelings and talk about it, which, we don't want to suppress how we feel, right? Because that can get trapped and stored in the body. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take a sneak peek inside the Soulful Doses course. Here you're going to see the modules. Each is designed to guide you through the microdosing journey step by step. So I've designed this program. It's information on microdosing. It's education, understanding, and embodiment of the chakras. So each week goes through the chakras. And it's also intuitively led. So sometimes these meditations are intuitively led. Sometimes I'm reading from different various books, things like that. And then I also do coaching within that container. And we cover everything from understanding microdosing to integrating practices like yoga, breathwork, and meditation into your routine. And it could also be something else. So I give suggestions, but I also encourage you, if you have a dance practice or art journaling, whatever that might be, you like running, things like that, or you've neglected, you love cooking, so whatever that flow state creative process is for you. And then in the group, there's exclusive resources like the guided meditation. So I record everything. I even started putting stuff on SoundCloud, and the community. Okay, so let's get into the screen sharing. Screen share. Okay. Oh, let's see. I'm going to stop the share. Entire screen. Click. All right. If you guys can just give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can see the screen in the chat. I'm just going to check back on the chat. Can you guys see the screen share? Here it is. It says Soulful Doses. Or you can unmute yourself and just say, yes, I see it. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you, Harmony. Okay. So here we are. So right now I'm building the program in Google Classroom, but I am now going to build it into another platform. So, and this is from the beta group. So let's just go into classwork. Okay. So as you can see here, where's my week 1? That's funny. Anyways, as you can see here, week 2, oh, there it is, week 1. It's out of order. Intro to microdosing and dose calibration. Week 2, sacral chakra, emotions and education. Week 3, solar plexus and your personal power. Week 4, week 5, and so on. So just give you a little bit of introduction into week 1. And I've also created, let me see if I can get this bigger. Oh, there we go. There we go. And I also created a mushroom coloring book. So one of the activities of integration is being artistic. So a coloring book can provide that. And it's an education of different various mushrooms correlated to each chakra. So I'll just go ahead and read you a little bit about week 1's coloring page and the root chakra so you get a sense of what it's like inside of the course. Welcome to week 1 of our course, where we begin our journey with the theme of root chakra and morals. The root chakra, or Muladhara, symbolizes our foundational sense of security and connection to the physical world. It's associated with our basic survival instincts, stability, and grounding. The moral mushrooms, with their deep connection to the earth and robust growth from rich decaying matter, embody these qualities visually and metaphorically. By starting with the root chakra, we ensure that you are psychologically and spiritually grounded. This foundation is crucial as it supports your growth through this course, enabling you to explore higher levels of consciousness while staying connected to your core. This week, as you color and reflect on the morals and their firm rooting in the ground, think of your own foundations and what grounds you in your journey through life. And these are optional, but I will show you. And for those of you attending, you get a copy of the coloring page. They're really beautiful, really cool. So Muladhara and morals. And that is the main thing of my program here, is to feel safe and learning that embodiment. And we just wrapped up our 7th chakra yesterday, the last one. How do I get out of here? And back. And that was dealing with the crown, and where we were meditating with the 1,000-petal lotus, which was really cool. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with week 1. You guys will have a nice little idea. And again, you can go on your own and do microdosing and these protocols. But like I said, in a container is just like nothing like it. So just to give you an example, so basically there are a few different protocols that you want to use. So it's not just like, I'm going to, take a microdose and that's it. We want to figure out a protocol or a pattern because you don't want to build up a tolerance, but also microdosing, the healing work is within the integration. And I'll go into a little bit the technicals of how psilocybin works. So here, this is what I write. I'll read it to you guys. Please pick a protocol and stick to it for the duration of the course. You can try another one after you break from this 6-week cycle. I changed it to a 7-week cycle because of the chakras. Each one offers something different in working with the medicine. One is not better than the other. I recommend taking notes to see how you feel. It's a nice way to track your time and your experience. And then there's a chart at the bottom. And then I also include a tracking chart. I'm not sure if anybody used it, but I have tools for you guys. So I'll go over these protocols so you still walk away with some takeaways from this masterclass. So the Fadiman protocol, developed by James Fadiman. This protocol involves taking a microdose once every 3 days. You take the dose on day 1, followed by 2 days off. Days 2 and 3, no dosing. This cycle minimizes tolerance and is repeated continuously. Easy to compare how the medicine is in your system. So basically, like the day after, you can still feel the afterglow, and then the 3rd day, it's fully out of the system. Stamets protocol, and proposed by Paul Stamets. This regimen suggests microdosing for 4 consecutive days, followed by 3 days off. This schedule is believed to enhance neurogenesis and cognitive benefits due to the more frequent dosing period. I write in parentheses, great for pushing through emotional blocks, or if you're like really depressed. I chose this protocol last time for myself. And then I also did this one before, the every other day protocol. That's my favorite. I've done that a lot. And then there's the intuitive protocol, which I don't recommend at the beginning. I recommend developing a relationship with the medicine. But then eventually I've done an intuitive protocol for a while now. And I like that too. I'll read about the everyday protocol. I think that's great for ADHD because number one, you're not going to forget what day am I on? And it's just an easy rhythm. So in this protocol, you microdose one day and take 1 day off and then dose again, continuing this alternating pattern. This provides a balance between regular dosing and time for the body to reset, potentially helping to maintain sensitivity to the microdose. And I write great for ADHD. And I'm going to show you guys this chart. It's just a little, let me make this smaller. Okay, there we go. For those of us that are visually inclined. So you can see the Fadiman protocol. You dose on day 1 and you take off day 2 and day 3, and then you repeat again. Stamets protocol. You dose days 1 through 4 and then off. So maybe some people do this during the weekdays and then take off during the weekends, for example. And then the everyday protocol. And then the intuitive protocol. So once you develop a relationship with the medicine, you can really feel into like, today's the day I'm gonna microdose, or I'm not gonna microdose. And with microdosing, I'm gonna unstop. Let me see if there's anything else I want to share. Oh, okay. Since we're here, let's continue. Oh, so you can see here everyone that saw the stuff, and okay, here it is. I can make it a little bigger so I can read it to you guys. Why can't I see it? Oh, interesting. Instructions. Oh, okay, there we go. Microdosing course overview. So I'll play it for you. I basically did a guided meditation. I uploaded it to SoundCloud. So basically, this goes through welcoming everyone into Soulful Doses. It's a 30-minute recorded session designed exclusively for clients exploring the potent benefits of microdosing psilocybin. And basically, it guides you through the principles and practices that harness the transformative power of microdosing to enhance creativity, well-being, and personal growth. So basically, it's basically a stream of consciousness guided meditation, letting people know about the course and why it's important. So action steps: set a personal intention for integrating the insights from the session, engage with the recommended practices, and observe the transformative effects in your own life. Prepare to enrich your journey towards a more creative and aware state of being. The session is crafted to empower women to navigate their creative wellness paths with confidence and insight. So I made all these images. I've been using ChatGPT, so I didn't sketch them, but using these images to invoke the feeling and the vibe that I'm creating with this course. So this is just a woman in the forest and mushrooms. She's listening to the meditation, and I can just play it. Oh, where'd I go? Going back. Okay, there we go. Instructions. Yeah, so you can see here, there's lots of different resources for everyone. So just giving you a little bit of an overview of some of the audios I have recorded. Okay, so I think that's it for the Google Classroom home. Soulful doses. Yeah, so it just gives you a little bit of an idea of how the inside of the program looks. So I'm gonna let me go back to the Zoom. Great, I'm gonna stop sharing. Awesome. So that goes into seeing the inside of the program. And then I'm gonna share a testimonial. So let me just find that. It was in an email this morning. Yeah, and I'll share some other stories of clients. So basically, one of my clients in our last group had a breakthrough around and a lot of release around being a good mother. And she cried. And she felt like she wasn't being a good mother. And then I didn't hear from her for a week. And I was like, what's going on? And within a week, she had pulled her kids out of the public school system and took action to find a school that was more aligned. And in the group container, like, I mean, she's a yoga student, and she wasn't taking like massive action in her life. Nothing was wrong, but it was just like something that was deep and underlying. So for me to witness that, and I feel like the psilocybin definitely had a part to do with that. As she released the sadness of not feeling like she was a good enough mother, she went and took this like profound action. She even like missed the date to take the kids out of the school system and went and did a hearing and did all this stuff to stand up for them. That was really, really powerful. Another woman in our group was getting over a relationship and feeling really depressed and just low sense of self-worth and self-love. Was feeling a little lost, and her mood picked back up. She started taking action. She started getting work. She booked a commercial shoot. She got new jobs, and there's this like whole new balance that I've witnessed. And I'm gonna pull up this testimonial that I put in Canva today. So give me 1 second while I pull that up, and then we'll do a little Q&A. So I'm really grateful for you guys tuning in today. And Canva, there we go. There it is. Open. Fantastic. Okay. Back to my screen share. If you guys don't see it, let me know. I'll just cross my fingers that you guys can see it. Oops. All right. Can you guys see the screen, the testimonial? Oh, I see the chats. Let me check the chats. Yes, thank you. Okay, great. So, and this is from Mong, and this is also who we get the medicine from. So I'll read the testimonial and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. The support and community from Ivy's microdosing course provided a container for me to share my experiences with other women who are open to the healing aspects of mushrooms. Ivy's teaching style makes you feel very comfortable, and I found myself sharing my deepest vulnerabilities on my journey. I loved how Ivy intertwined spirituality and science through the course. She created beautiful meditations and teachings of the chakras every week, while also explaining the science behind microdosing and how it was changing your brain and body and spirit all at the same time. You are an extraordinary teacher and healer, Ivy. Please continue to do what you are doing because the world needs your magic. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this journey with you. And this is Mong, and her husband grows the medicine. I'm gonna stop the share. And in my course, I provide it for you when you sign up because I want to know where it came from. I want to know what strand it is, and that's really important. Trusting your source, whether you work with me or somebody else, really knowing the quality of your ingredients and your dosage. So with that, there's this idea of stacking where you can begin to work with lion's mane, and you can also bring in niacin and different herbs, which are amazing. Like I really love ashwagandha. I take that when I microdose. Really good for the nervous system and the mood, for example. However, at the beginning of a course, the way I like to teach it is having you really develop a relationship solely with the psilocybin. And that way you can really feel the effects, and it helps you with your dose calibration. That's like the biggest thing for me, dose calibration, especially now as this is becoming more popular, knowing your dose. So the way it's provided is you get it in 50 milligram capsules. So that way you can decide, you can start low and go slow, right? So some people start with 50 and then they might take another capsule. They might decide after a couple days, 2 to 3 days, they want to try more. They might take another one, bringing it to 100, or they might take another capsule and like open it up and take half of it, making it 75. Now, some people, like one woman in my last group, said she was super sensitive. So she started with 25. I actually don't know what dose she's at right now, but she started with 25. So we're really taking a feminine, soft approach to doing this. Not like, okay, like you have to go hard or go home. It's really not about that. It's also feeling into your system and where you're at and what's working for you. I've kept trying to up mine. I'm just like a solid 50. I'm really happy at 50. It works for me. So, with that said, I know what my other dose ranges are, but for now, the microdosing 50 works for me. I love it. And you'll have enough for the duration of the course. And then when you sign up, you also get a sample. Mong, my medicine maker, also makes a matcha latte with the microdose. And that's where you can experience the stacking effects. So by week 3 or 4, you can do that. And then you can, add that in as you want. And that has lion's mane, ashwagandha, tremella, and astragalus. So just to give you that sense. And I will say for me, I think, speaking of mushrooms, like lion's mane is so good for the brain cognitively. And so many people are selling nootropics. So true story. I do have ADHD and I'm going through perimenopause at 47. And I'm just like, I can't think clearly. My husband ordered me these nootropics. I used them for a while and they were decent. I think they helped. But when I started microdosing, I stopped them because I was like, okay, these are the nootropics that actually work because they're active. They're active. They literally are working. They're literally changing the brain. So if you're looking for cognitive enhancement, if you work with lion's mane, you want a little bit more, psilocybin is going to bring that. And I'm also going to add, so with cycles and protocols, so we don't just like take a protocol and like do that forever. We do it in cycles and then take a 3 to 4. Sometimes people take a longer break. So they'll just do it once and that's it for them. For me, this is definitely something that I'm going to continue to do until I don't feel like I want to do it anymore. So right now I'm on a break. I'm on my integration. And every time that I do a cycle, I set an intention. So I set an intention that day, but I set an intention overarching that cycle. And I declare it to the group. As we declare it to the group, we all hold that for each other. So I've done everything from becoming a better mother to this last time, being able to work with technology to grow my business. That was my intention. And every opportunity that I've had to work with technology, I rose up and I faced it rather than like, I can't do it. Somebody help me. Like, I'll show you guys right now. I'm literally like, there's my microphone and here's my headset. And I've had this microphone. Oops, I just dropped my phone. I've had this microphone sitting in my closet for a year. And when I started this program, I was like, I'm going to use the microphone. I updated my website. Through an event, I did an event and I was like, I'm not selling my tickets on Eventbrite. I don't want them to keep my money and charge people $4 service fee. I learned how to sell it through my website, and I'm sending out newsletters. So for me, the opportunities that presented themselves to deal with technology, my intention was so strong, it actually worked. So that kind of blew my mind. So we're getting towards the end of the hour. So I'm just checking my notes here. So now we're moving into the Q&A. So I know I have a couple people on here on the call. You can ask any questions. You can type it into the chat box. And then those of you that are watching the recording, you can email me, ivy@yourelectricsoul.com. I'll include that in the email so I can answer any of your questions. And then you'll also get a copy of one of my coloring pages. So does anybody have any questions? Melissa, do you have any questions? Or Harmony, do you have any questions for me?
I'm going to unmute because I started to write the question.
Oh yeah, just speak. It's okay. We want to hear your voice.
Okay. So I have purchased a parasite cleanse for my body, and I've had it for a while because I've been hesitant to start because I know that it will stir things up in my body that it's an intimidating process for me, basically. But what my question to you is, would the psilocybin interact with the parasite cleanse if I did them at the same time, or should I do them separate?
How long is the parasite cleanse for?
2 months. They say to do it for 2 moon cycles.
That's a really good question. I don't know if it would affect it. I'd have to research it. I mean, my intuition is telling me to do the parasite cleanse first.
Yeah.
And then do you feel that too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what my gut's saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to introduce something new while you're trying to also cleanse and get your body to an equilibrium.
Exactly.
And I feel like if you do the parasite cleanse first, oh, it's okay, Melissa. I know your mic's not working, but I'm going to read your thing in a minute. Yeah, I feel like introducing something new while you're trying to like cleanse and get your body to this like equilibrium. I think you could probably still feel the benefits of the microdosing, but I feel like if your body is in more of this cleaner state, it's going to be more receptive.
Right.
You could the other option you could do is you could do the microdosing for the 7 weeks and then do the parasite cleanse after, depending on like what kind of support you're needing. And then this is just me, then I would probably do it again and compare. So my question for you is, do you feel like you need more of a physical cleanse right now, or do you feel like you need or want more like emotional, spiritual support?
That's a good question, and I've kind of started, since talking to you last weekend, I've started to form that question in my head more and more. I think both are definitely needed for my particular situation right now. I think that the emotional cleanse may be, I may need that more, but I also know that the parasite cleanse, from what people have said, helps with the emotional cleanse.
Yeah.
So that it's maybe something I have to sleep on and think about, like which would be, I don't know which one would be more beneficial because I've never done either one.
I can do some background research for you because I don't know the exact effects on parasite cleanse and doing psilocybin, but it's a good question to ask. And I think, if you decide, I mean, either way, it's here. The program isn't going anywhere, and it's in your awareness. And you can continue to learn about microdosing. Let's say if you decide, okay, I'm going to do the parasite cleanse, you can continue to learn about the microdosing. But also coming up for me, if you decide to do the parasite cleanse first, it's a great opportunity to really get into these integration practices that you would do in the microdosing course anyways, in terms of like, I know that you do yoga, but like the meditation, things like that. I mean, sorry, adding in the yoga, things like that. But yeah, I think sitting with it and doing a deeper inquiry on what, I mean, it's 7 weeks. So you could do both. It could be an interesting comparison. I'm going to research for you, but it could be an interesting comparison doing it before, do the parasite cleanse, and then do it after.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends on what you're needing more. It's like the physical and the spiritual. Um, yeah, great question. It's a
Yeah.
great question.
Okay.
Do you feel like, what's your time frame? Like, because let's just say we took it, like if the parasite cleanse is 2 months, and then the psilocybin, the microdosing, it's like that's like a 4-month thing. So it
Right.
depends. Yeah, it just depends on how long you are ready to wait.
Yeah. How long? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me think about this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. There's no pressure. I think it's a great question, and I think it's something to explore, because actually this is something that I was going to bring up to my current group. Is now that we're in integration, I was going to propose a cleanse to everybody, because it's like, okay, now that we're in integration, what can we do, right? So we're gonna cleanse. I'm gonna start a cleanse. So I'm also developing different integration practices. So like I think a cleanse is a great time after as well. So you could go either way and really feel into like your own personal journey and what you've been on and what is like calling you the loudest. I would not do two at the same time though. That's my
yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that, especially
Mhm.
when one is going in to do work and the other one's to purge.
Yeah. Mhm. I mean, intuitively, I mean, there's two things. Like, yeah, the parasite cleanse could be really great for the emotions. It can be really intense. I'm also wondering if, like, how it would be after the microdosing journey as well,
Yeah.
after building up some new thought processes and growing and do you know, my question for you would be like, let's just say you said yes to doing the microdosing, like, do you have an idea of what your intention would be?
Um, I do. I do.
Okay, you don't have to share it, but I
Okay.
would allow that intention to also just be your guide in both, you know,
Right.
and feel into it.
Yeah. There's two intentions that I have really with with all of it. We
Yeah.
talked about a little bit yesterday.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. So I would also think into like, without, talking too much about the situation, is like the time sensitivity of things. And yeah, what's calling you the loudest? That's
right.
what's coming to me. And sit with that, and
Yeah.
we can talk about it separately as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I love that
Awesome.
question. Cool. Okay, so Melissa says this is amazing. Sorry, my mic is still not working. I don't have any immediate questions. Awesome, great. So I'm gonna just double check my outline and see if I've gotten through all of the content. And yeah, basically, I'm just wanting everyone to leave this workshop with an understanding of what microdosing is. Whether you do this on your own, to give you more information, or whether you want to dive in deeper, and also to educate people, because not everyone does a protocol, which is fine. I don't want to be judgmental, but I really feel strongly having a protocol is also respecting the medicine, and we're building a relationship with the medicine. And for me, I'll be transparent about my story. Um, I've been working with psychedelics for many years in a recreational way. And for me to do it in a microdosing way really allowed me to respect it as a medicine, not just like a party favor. And that's when things really started to turn around for me, because I would have insights even if I took it recreationally, because of the way it works in the brain. But the respect of the medicine and the cultural around it, that was really profound for me. And I'm going to share another thing that I like about it. So in psilocybin, there is psilocin, and there's different strands. Like I'm really actually beginning to geek out, because I'm talking to our grower, and I'm really wanting to understand the strands. So basically, what I love about psilocybin is you can't inject it, sniff it. I mean, you can drink it. It only works when you ingest it. And when you ingest it in the body, it releases psilocin. Certain strands have more psilocin than others. So what I love about it is it cannot work without you. We literally make the medicine activate. And to me, this is the beautiful relationship about it. And this is what I said in my closing meditation yesterday. It's like you take the medicine, but then you become the medicine through the integration practices, the way that it changes and opens up you. But the way that the medicine actually begins to activate, it works with you. So it's not just like, okay, I'm taking this thing and it's making me feel these things. We are integrating it every step of the way to making us become better humans. And so for me right now, like I'm in my integration process, and I know I'm ready. I'm really, excited. And it's like, okay, I'm doing my yoga every morning, or I'm swimming. And like even yesterday, I'm like, I haven't journaled in a couple of weeks. Like I have to journal. That's a huge part of integration. I danced this morning. I was listening to dance music this morning. Like all of those things really coming online. We do them in the program, but really really paying attention to that as well. And that might even be an extension of my program. So so let me just check my notes one more time. We're at the top of the hour. So let's see. Yeah. So basically, yeah, you guys learned the benefits of microdosing and some success stories. So basically, I want to let you know the offer for the course and what it entails. So it's a 7-week program. I haven't set the date yet. I've customized all of it. If you want to be in the program, I will have a questionnaire for you to fill out to apply, just to make sure you're a good fit for it. And I mean, I'm pretty good at judging, and we may hop on a call as well. So this would be my second beta group wave. So with this is I'm still developing the course. I already have a foundation, but with that, I would ask for some feedback going along with the course. So this next level, the price of the course is $555, and that would include your 7 weeks. It includes a private. We use the app Signal. I might change it. I might do another community, but it's very safe. It's non-encrypted. It's only in your phone. So because we want to also be careful and recognize that this is not yet legal, right? So I do have a contract and a waiver that you will sign, protecting you and protecting me. But I believe so much in the power of this healing work, and I believe it was put on this planet for a reason. So to me, that's not going to stop me from doing this work. And this is my work to do this work. So anyways, so it's $555, and within that, you would get access to the program that I showed you and any updates. So if I move it to another platform, you get those updates, and then you get access to the community. And then I'm going to build another community site where it's like everyone that's gone through the program. For now, that's going to be included at some point later on. It might be like some sort of membership to stay in the community and to get access to different trainings, things like that. Again, I'm developing it still. So each week you learn about the microdosing, you get supplied the medicine with that cost. Usually my coaching is one-to-one coaching is $250. You have the option of adding on for another $111. You can add on a private session. So I offer that at half cost, which you can use at any point in the program if you feel like you want to go deeper and do some one-on-one work. You get the coloring pages, you get guided meditations that I'm creating, any new materials. So you guys are going to get new materials. I'll provide the guided meditations that I had previously, so you'll be able to access those on your integration days or whenever. But this particular part of the program is very much still about being live. So you will get live sessions, live transmissions, downloads, whatever things I might be channeling or picking up on. Safe container to grow and be in. I'm just thinking of what else. Yeah, and any other new developments. Oh, and then with that, I'm bringing in two guest experts. So I'm gonna combine this with the last program and this new one coming in with the guest experts, because I want you both to access it live. It'll eventually just be in a recording, but we're gonna do a training with our grower Erin, so you can learn a little bit more in depth about the mushrooms, the strands, psilocin, how it works in the body, and some of his philosophies around it and his studying around it. And then also I work with a medicine woman, Emily, who does mushroom ceremonies. And so she'll do education around, how the indigenous cultures and around it and what a mushroom ceremony is in a heroic dose. And I'll also probably bring Mong on as well because she makes the medicine and she does heroic doses, and I just sat with her leading that. So that'll eventually be another offering, but just knowing the depth of the work. But for the purpose of this masterclass, it is about microdosing, and the reason why we want to microdose, why you might want to microdose, is I don't have time to go do a ceremony. I'm not ready to do that work. You know what I mean? I just want to enhance what I'm working through now. So that's pretty much it. And if you guys are interested, I can send you the survey to fill out. And we'll be starting it probably in 2 weeks. I may do a weekend group, but I'm definitely going to do a weekday group because that's what works for me. But if I get enough people interested in the weekend group, I will hold space for that. So I'm going to stop the recording and actually I'll just do a little closing meditation here. So just close out. So just close your eyes, take an inhale into the body, bring the breath to the crown of the head, and exhale. Inhale, fill the belly, bring the breath up to the heart. Filling up your heart space, exhale. So just allowing all this of information, whether it's new or you've heard it before, just to allow the information to embody into the system and notice if this course feels like a good fit for you. If you want to learn more about microdosing, if you just want to schedule a separate call, that's fine too. Just understanding the power of this beautiful medicine and how you can integrate it in your daily life. So just paying attention to what came up for you. And if it feels like a yes to understand or work with the medicine, amazing. If it doesn't, that's also amazing. Really coming from a place of embodiment and groundedness. Embarking on this journey with medicine, psilocybin, or even if you just choose to use yoga and breath work, we're beginning to increase our awareness, beginning to open up your consciousness and integrate and open up in any areas that need healing in your life. So thank you for joining me on this call. Thank you for being brave to show up and to bring curiosity. My intention was to take people from curiosity to confidence in this workshop, and I hope I did that with you. Whether you work with me and the medicine or with anybody else, I'm wishing you a soulful journey. Namaste. Thank you so much.